Every 4 years, billions of us basically hit pause on our daily lives for the planet's ultimate shared cultural experience, the FIFA World Cup. You know the feeling, right? The raw drama, the absolutely devastating heartbreak, and the ultimate glory. But underneath all that cinematic excitement, there's a steadily growing, very real financial reality. So in this explainer, we're going to unpack the actual cost of watching the tournament today and see just how radically it's changed over the last few decades. 1,000%. Yeah, you heard that right. That is the staggering, inflation-adjusted increase in average ticket prices since the 1994 tournament. Just let that sticker shock sink in for a second. We are looking at a fundamentally different economic landscape for the everyday supporter today compared to just a short time ago.
Section 1. The price of passion, past versus present.
Let's rewind back to 1994, the last time the US hosted. Back then, the average ticket price, and this is adjusted for inflation, was roughly $131. Now, fast forward to the 2026 tournament, co-hosted by the US, Canada, and Mexico, that average ticket price sits at an unbelievable $1,300. And here's the kicker, the context that makes this so crucial to understand. Over that exact same period, median household incomes in the United States only rose by about 32%. So, the cost of entry has wildly outpaced the everyday fan's actual earning power.
Section 2. The Stadium Ticket Shock, a premium experience.
Getting physically through those turnstiles, well, it's no longer just a fun middle-class weekend goal, it has become an absolute premium experience. Let's look at the historical averages for a Category 3 group stage ticket, basically your most affordable public option. Historically, again adjusting for inflation, you'd pay somewhere between $55 and $135. In 2026, you're looking at about $201 just to get in the door for a basic group stage match. But check out the final. Historically, those tickets sat between $540 and $1,300. For 2026, a Category 3 ticket for the final jumps to $4,185, and a premium Category 1 seat rockets up to nearly $8,700. And honestly, the secondary resale market pushes this even further into the thousands.
Section 3. The Living Room Paywall, Home Viewing Costs.
Now, for decades, your living room was kind of a safe haven. You'd literally just turn on Free State TV, right? But today, that home viewing experience has totally fractured across the globe. In the UK, they're actually preserving that traditional accessibility. Major matches are still effectively free to air on public broadcasters like the BBC and ITV. But over in the United States, comprehensive viewing now usually requires a live television streaming service to get networks like Fox and FS1. And in Egypt and the wider Middle East and North Africa region, the shift is even steeper. State TV used to show the whole shebang. Now, exclusive rights are held by beIN Sports, requiring subscriptions or streaming passes that often range from $100 to $160.
Now, to be completely fair and impartial here, we really have to acknowledge what the viewer's actually getting for that money today. The past was free, sure, but it was also standard definition, single-feed broadcasting. Today's financial model does require paid access, but viewers are receiving a dramatically richer, higher-quality technical experience. We're talking brilliant 4K resolution, high dynamic range, multiple camera angles, real-time stats, and on-demand replays. It is a spectacular technical upgrade, even if it does come with a pretty hefty monthly fee.
Section 4. Following the FIFA money, why costs jumped.
So what's actually driving this massive jump in costs? Well, it's a few interconnected forces. First off, media rights auctions have become incredibly competitive. Streaming platforms have stormed into the live sports space, sparking these massive bidding wars. And unfortunately, those billion-dollar corporate costs ultimately get passed down to the consumer. Second, the 2026 tournament has expanded massively. We're talking 48 teams and 104 matches now, which hugely increases the operational scale. But looking at it neutrally, it's also important to note where this revenue actually goes. FIFA uses these funds for global development programs, building essential infrastructure, and aggressively growing women's and youth football all around the world. So while commercialization funds the sport's global footprint, it definitely creates some real affordability challenges for you and me.
And there's a very specific technological catalyst driving this sticker shock too: dynamic pricing. This is a ticketing strategy where prices literally fluctuate based on real-time demand. It basically transforms buying a match ticket into trading on a volatile stock market. If a match suddenly becomes highly anticipated, prices spike sharply right before match day. This is absolutely brutal for fans traveling from abroad who've already shelled out for flights and hotels, only to find the ticket prices doubled overnight.
Section 5. how fans are adapting creative workarounds.
But fans aren't just giving up. Faced with these rising costs, we are seeing a global rebellion of absolute ingenuity. Let's walk through some of the totally legal workarounds supporters are using to stay connected to the game. Number 1. Public fan zones. Cities are stepping up and setting up massive screens. In Egypt, for example, massive fan zones in the new administrative capital draw tens of thousands of people for free or very low costs. Number 2. The classic sports bar or cafe. You turn viewing into a shared social outing where you split the cost of food and drinks instead of footing a massive subscription yourself. Number 3. Taking advantage of short-term promo bundles, subscribing just for the month of the tournament and then immediately canceling. And number 4, leveraging free ad-supported streaming tiers and official FIFA YouTube highlights for the folks who maybe don't need to see every single live minute.
Because really it all comes down to this idea. The social experience matters more than watching every second in perfect quality at home. For so many of us, football is fundamentally about human connection. It's about cheering with a total stranger in a crowded public square or agonizing over a missed penalty with your family on the couch. That shared communal joy kind of reduces the absolute necessity of buying the most expensive, comprehensive individual package out there.
Which brings us to a really provocative thought as we look ahead to the 2030 tournament and beyond. With production values rising and the commercial scale expanding like never before, we have to ask, will future World Cups belong to the highest bidder, or will they continue to belong to the everyday fan? Look, it's clear the price tag has grown significantly, but fan creativity and the sheer love for the game seem completely undiminished. The culture of the sport is evolving, and it's going to be absolutely fascinating to see how organizers and fans negotiate this delicate balance in the future. It really makes you rethink how you're going to plan for the next big tournament, doesn't it? Well, if you want to dive deeper into the data and the tech behind these shifts, for more, visit our website, Fair Solution. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and hey, keep that passion for the beautiful game alive.